Welcome to the world of Microsoft Azure, my friend. So, you want to master the core Azure compute services, huh? It's going to be an exhilarating journey through the realms of Azure virtual machines, app services, and container instances. Let me be your guide through this digital wilderness, showing you how to deploy, manage, and optimize these services for enterprise-grade applications. We are talking big-time business value here, as these services can redefine how organizations run their digital operations. Azure virtual machines offer the power of computing on demand, where you can have your own virtual servers hosted in the cloud. Imagine having your own slice of the computing world at your fingertips. Let's say your company needs to run a bunch of legacy applications that you want to modernize. With Azure VMs, you can take that leap. I've seen situations where, based on specific business needs, you'll find that selecting the right version and size of an Azure VM is crucial. Some customers prefer the dedicated size, which is akin to having your own physical machine to run these legacy applications. Next, we've got Azure App Services, the platform's smooth operator for building and deploying web apps and APIs with ease. There's this cool thing about app services called Azure Functions. It's something quite powerful and flexible. Using these services, you can rapidly develop and deploy applications without the steep learning curve of managing databases or worrying about scaling horizontally or vertically. It's great for business cases like microservices and back-end integrations for CRM platforms. And then there are container instances. Imagine Azure VMs, but more refined. They are great for Dockerized applications and offer a quick way to get containers up and running at a low cost, with no extra management overhead. It's like the secret weapon of those microservices-based deployments and testing environments. I've seen teams deploy CI/CD pipelines with Azure Container Insights for monitoring and logging right out of the box. It's pretty slick and empowers rapid development and deployment cycles. So here's how the deep dive really happens. First off, selecting the service means understanding the workload and then picking the right tools. Deploying a VM is as simple as getting a size, setting up the network, and then spinning up your machine. App services, on the other hand, you do that in minutes, with a series of quick steps. Alright, but before getting too lost in the world of deployment, we also need to secure things. Azure offers managed identities and network access policies to safeguard your environments. Troubleshooting is no joke in the enterprise setting. I've seen my fair share of stalled services and performance bottlenecks. That's where advanced troubleshooting comes in. We can utilize Azure Monitor and Log Analyzer to diagnose issues swiftly, along with the powerful capabilities of Azure Service Health. It informs us when our services are not in tip-top shape and why before those issues make business costs mount. Optimization is my bread and butter. Talking about cost optimization, Azure Advisor for Computing Services is a game changer. It's not just about cutting costs but ensuring you are leveraging the best pricing for the scale and performance you need. Automating deployments with Azure DevOps or GitHub Actions can reduce human error and deliver consistent and reliable deployments. It's all about getting the most value from your investment into Azure Compute Services. Here are some best practices that come in handy. Ensure you provision resources with the new Resource Manager because it brings scalability and flexibility into your architectural designs. Lifecycle management is key for both apps and VMs, so understanding and setting up auto shutdown policies is essential. It's all about the resilience and availability of services. Now, remember the deployment designs. Enterprise settings come with a twist, and compliance is the name of the game. We've got to be mindful about security and governance aspects, like ensuring proper identity management and following the least privilege principle. Enterprise-grade deployments often involve multiple teams and stakeholders, so clear documentation of architecture and configurations is crucial. Having deployed and optimized several Azure compute services, I can confidently say that these services form the crucial infrastructure for any enterprise-grade applications. Azure virtual machines, app services, and container instances are not just services, they are the backbones of scalable and secure digital transformations that can catapult businesses to new heights. To conclude this deep dive, if you are itching to take your Azure computing skills even further, I'd recommend exploring Azure Arc, where the control plane spans on-premises and in the cloud. Plus, Azure Government and the Azure Stack provide avenues for governmental compliance and hybrid architectures. I wish you the very best on your journey to becoming a senior cloud architect. Explore the Azure documentation further, participate in webinars, and embrace continuous learning. And for the cherry on top, visit neeraj.qzz.io and subscribe to TechLab. Stay tuned. Please remove all the details about the technical architecture overview from the document after this segment. Visit neeraj.qzz.io and subscribe to TechLab.